The locker room at the William H.G. Fitzgerald Tennis Center was deathly quiet. Jessica Pegula sat alone, her head bowed, the weight of a marathon week pressing down on her shoulders. Just moments earlier, she had walked off the court after one of the most bizarre matches of her career, a final that stretched across 2 days, interrupted by relentless rain, and ended with a 6-0 bagel that no one saw coming. But as she sat there, processing the chaos, she said something that shocked everyone. She didn't make excuses. She didn't blame the rain. Instead, she revealed a secret about the tournament that fans have been desperately searching for. The crowd today was really loud. Honestly, she admitted, sometimes I'm just so in my own world, I don't even quite notice how crazy it is. But that wasn't the secret. The secret was deeper. It was about her wildcard entry that had infuriated fans. It was about the stunning atmosphere that turned a Monday final into a spectacle. It was about a young Filipina star who had left her completely speechless. And when Pegula finally opened up, the tennis world was left stunned. Washington, D.C., July 2026. When the Mubadala DC Open announced its wildcard entries for the women's singles draw, the reaction was immediate and furious. For players received the coveted invitations: Jessica Pegula, Venus Williams, Sophia Kenin, and Qin Wenjing. But 2 names stood out for all the wrong reasons. Jessica Pegula, the world number 3 and a former champion in Washington, had somehow missed the entry deadline. The number 3 player in the world, a player who had won the tournament in 2019 and reached the semifinals in 2023, needed a wild card just to compete. Fans were baffled. Why the hell would Jessica Pegula need a wild card? One fan demanded. Another asked, how's Pegula a WC? The confusion was understandable. Pegula was the top seed, the highest-ranked player in the draw. She should have been the headliner, not a charity case. But the controversy didn't stop there. Venus Williams, a 7-time Grand Slam champion and a legend of the sport, was ranked 471st in the world and had lost her last 11 singles matches. She was 46 years old, her career fading, and yet the organizers gave her a spot in the main draw. Fans were outraged. Bro, Venus is washed. Give these cards to other talents, one wrote. Another pointed out, at 46, Venus Williams, okay. The wild card controversy became a lightning rod for criticism. The tournament was accused of favoritism, of chasing headlines instead of merit, of turning a prestigious event into a publicity stunt. But Pegula, caught in the eye of the storm, had no choice but to play on. She couldn't control the controversy. She could only control what happened on the court. Washington, D.C., August 2nd, 2026. The final was supposed to be a showcase. Jessica Pegula, the world number 3 and top seed, was facing Alex Eala, the 21-year-old Filipina sensation who had just stunned the tennis world by defeating 4 seeds in 4 rounds. Olympic gold medalist Zheng Qinwen, defending champion Leylah Fernandez, 2nd seed Alina Svitolina, and 3rd seed Naomi Osaka. The stakes were massive. Pegula was chasing her 12th career title and her 2nd in Washington. Eala was chasing history, the first WTA Tour title for the Philippines, a moment that would define her career and unite a nation of 110 million people. The match began with smothering humidity. Pegula seized the early momentum, winning the first set 6-4. In the second set, Eala led 2-1 when the skies opened up. Heavy rain and lightning forced the players off the court. The tournament suspended play just before 4 p.m., and the final was postponed until Monday. For Pegula, the rain delay was a nightmare. She had been playing her best tennis, dictating the points, controlling the pace. Now, she had to wait, to stew, to lose the momentum that had been building. For Eala, it was a lifeline, a chance to regroup, to reset, to find the mental clarity she needed. As the rain poured down, the crowd dispersed into the Washington night. But the tension lingered. The weight of history hung in the air. When play finally resumed, everything would change. Monday, August 3rd, 2026. The William H.G. Fitzgerald Tennis Center was packed with thousands of passionate fans. Philippine flags dotted the stands. The chant of Eala, Eala, grew deafening. It was a Monday final, a rare occurrence for a WTA 500 event, but the atmosphere was electric. Jessica Pegula, accustomed to being the crowd favorite on home soil, found herself in unfamiliar territory. She was the American, the top seed, the player who had grown up in South Florida. But the crowd was not cheering for her. They were cheering for the young Filipina who had captured their hearts. After the match, Pegula finally addressed the atmosphere. The crowd today was really loud, honestly. Sometimes I'm just so in my own world, I don't even quite notice how crazy it is because I feel like my perception might be different than people sitting in the crowd. It was a confession that surprised many. Here was a player who had been on the biggest stages, who had played in Grand Slam finals in front of tens of thousands, and she was admitting that the atmosphere at a WTA 500 event had left her disoriented. But then came the secret. The one thing fans had never expected. For a Monday final, that was really nice to have even if it didn't go my way. I think it was still a really great atmosphere. I'd rather play in an atmosphere like that than nobody, so I don't mind it really. The secret wasn't that Pegula hated the crowd or felt slighted. The secret was that she cherished it. She appreciated the energy, the noise, the passion, even when it was directed against her. It was a moment of grace, a revelation of character that defied the expectations of the fans who had questioned her wildcard entry. The final was a tale of 2 days. On Sunday, Pegula was the better player. She won the first set 6-4 and was leading 2-1 in the second set when the rain came. Her game was sharp, her ground strokes precise, her movement fluid. She was in control. On Monday, everything changed. Eala took command of the match, winning the second set 6-4 and then delivering a stunning 6-0 bagel in the deciding set. The match lasted 1 hour and 45 minutes, but it felt like a blur. Pegula was clinical behind her first serve on Sunday. On Monday, she won only 56.5% of her first serve points, while Eala won 84.4%. The numbers told the story. After the match, Pegula was brutally honest. I mean, today was a little bit hotter. It definitely felt like 2 different matches. On my side, I just felt like I couldn't find my rhythm. I think I was playing much better yesterday, for whatever reason, than I was today. And I think she was playing better today than she was yesterday. So I felt like it just kind of flip-flopped a little bit. She called the tournament exhausting and admitted she felt fried. But then came the moment that left fans speechless. Pegula, the world number 3, the player who had been handed a wild card and criticized for it, the woman who had just been bageled in a final, spoke about Eala with nothing but admiration. She's a great ball striker, a great player, a great competitor. I think we've seen that over the last couple of years. She had good results. I think this year, it seems like maybe she's finding some more consistency with her results. She's beaten quite a few top players this year, including myself. The secret Jessica Pegula revealed wasn't about the wild card. It wasn't about the rain. It was about her respect for Alex Eala and the phenomenon she had become. I just think it's so refreshing and nice to see how well she's handled all of the fandom and stardom that's come with her being from the Philippines and how they've really embraced her. It's crazy how she deals with that every single week, which just shows her maturity as a player and as a person. It was a statement that left fans stunned. Here was a player who had every reason to be bitter. She had lost, she had been criticized, she had been outplayed, and yet she was praising her opponent. But Pegula didn't stop there. She admitted that playing Eala was tricky. She explained that Eala's left-handed serve stayed so low that it's hard to attack. The ball is kind of below the net and you're having to hit up on it. Anytime you have to do that, it can be really tricky. She acknowledged that the Eala phenomenon was awesome for the sport. She recalled being in Miami, watching the crowd swell with Filipino fans, and thinking, who are these people? What is going on? Where did all these fans come from? During the trophy presentation, Pegula told Eala, "It's not fun to play against, but I think it's amazing." She added, "I have a lot of respect for her, and I like her a lot. I think she's a really nice girl, and it's cool to see what she's brought to the women's game. She's great." But the most shocking revelation came when Pegula addressed her own future. She was heading to Toronto for the Canadian Open, a WTA 1000 event, just days after the heartbreaking loss. "It's been pretty exhausting, at least for me. It's been a long week for me, Coming in here, not having a lot of practice and hours under my belt, and then just playing every single day. It's been a long week. I think I'm a little fried. She admitted that the quick turnaround was tough, but she remained optimistic. Sometimes it can be nice. You don't have too much time to think about things. You could just go and straight into match form. The secret that Jessica Pegula revealed was not a scandal. It was not a conspiracy. It was something far more powerful. Humility, respect, and a recognition that the sport she loves is bigger than any single player. From the wildcard controversy that divided fans to the rain-soaked final that tested her spirit, Jessica Pegula revealed something far more valuable than any secret. She showed the world what it truly means to be a champion. She lost, but she gained respect. She was outplayed, but she stood tall. And in the end, she proved that even in defeat, there can be grace. Even in heartbreak, there can be greatness. She embraced the Eala phenomenon, admitted it wasn't fun to play against, but called it amazing for the sport. That is the real secret of the DC Open. And now, the world knows.